Hey guys, my name is Olga and welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna have a new detailed eye makeup tutorial. Let's go. We are gonna start today from the beginning, from the direction. So I'm thinking in advance how my final result will look like. And I definitely know that I'm gonna draw a wind today and I don't really wanna have it super long. So I can't really have my makeup like this today. So I can't fully use all this available space. So I'm removing this line and I think that I can have something like this. So my line is gonna be fully parallel to this lower line, but I don't really wanna use whole space. So I'm kind of dividing it by two, say, and partially I'm gonna use this space right here, but at the same time I'm not gonna use it fully. And at this stage I'm gonna control, and actually I do control, whether my both eyes are gonna be quite similar or not really. So I'm drawing a base and I can't really cross this line. I definitely can, but better do not cross it. And looking forward and drawing more or less similar line on the other side. We can't really have an exact makeup look on both sides. You're still gonna have some asymmetry, and actually it's expected. It is expected because our eyes are not symmetric, and actually it's expected. And while drawing a wind, don't try to measure a wind on one side and don't try to draw an exact wind on the other side. It is impossible. So just simply bear in mind, you can kind of draw something similar on both eyes, but you can't really do it exactly, I would say. It's just simply impossible because of our anatomy. As an eyeshadow base, I'm gonna use today liquid eyeshadows. If you can't really find a correct eyeshadow base, eyeshadow primer in your case, so you kind of have tried already everything and nothing actually works for you, I suggest using liquid eyeshadows. Liquid eyeshadows which can dry down. If they don't dry, you can't really use them. Otherwise, this product is gonna move during the day and you definitely still may have some creases. I'm gonna use these two beautiful products, Velour Design shade 1, I think, and liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star in shade Unicorn Blood. Actually, you can use liquid lipsticks on your eyes, especially if it's approved. This product can easily be used as a lipstick or as a liquid eyeshadow. So I'm gonna mix these two products on my hand. And this product is extremely long-lasting. As an option, you can try to use liquid eyeshadows from the Nessa Marks. And I do wanna make the shade a little bit lighter, and mixing everything on my hand like this. And I'm gonna start from the outer corner, from partially even from the lower lid. And actually, you can skip this step, I mean drawing the lines and so on, and you can kind of create your form, makeup form, using liquid eyeshadows. So I'm gonna start from this area, from the darkest part. In most of the cases, darkest part of our makeup is located right here. Moving to the upper lid, and again I'm starting from the outer corner and drawing the base. I'm gonna add the shade till the crease, so I'm kind of drawing a line right here and stopping right here, I would say. Now, grabbing fully clear brush and blending the edge right here. And of course, blending everything here as well. If you feel like, I do want to add a bit more color, of course you can do it. And add a little bit more So of course you can always layer products. Adding a little bit more. And of course, blending. And don't forget to apply this shade near the crease, because otherwise your shadows may crease a little bit. So adding a little bit right here. And again, blending out. And closer to the inner corner, I'm gonna add a mix of these three shades. So I'm gonna receive something slightly yellow. Grabbing a little bit of a yellow eyeshadow, as you can see, it's just simply yellow. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of brown, like this. I'm gonna mix these two shades. And depending on the result, I can probably add a little bit of something lighter, but I won't do it. Actually, it's more or less what I wanted. So grabbing this product, grabbing this shade, and gonna add it closer to the inner corner. And of course, above the crease a little bit. So yeah, closer to the inner corner, I'm gonna have something, as you can see, something yellow and even olive. And of course, mixing everything together. Switching to powdery eyeshadows, and I'm gonna start from this beautiful, slightly burgundy shade from Lime Crime. Grabbing it on a small brush for now, and this shade is gonna be the darkest shade today. And I'm gonna add it in the outer corner. Again, till the crease. If I wanna layer, I can definitely do it. And as well, adding the shade on the lower lid. And in the outer corner, I kind of drawing a triangle. So I'm looking forward for checking that I have filled everything what's required. And for now, I'm gonna keep it as it is. Now, in the center, I'm gonna apply beautiful liquid eyeshadow, golden liquid eyeshadow, and it's gonna be our base for shimmers. For doing this, I'm gonna grab another brush. I'm gonna use a product from Kiko Milano, limited edition in shade 2, Gold Reflections collection. So grabbing a little bit, and I'm gonna start from the center and applying this beautiful shade, and of course blending everything. If required, I can switch to a clean brush, and I can blend the edges a little bit. My product hasn't dried out fully, and now I'm gonna use shimmers. I'm gonna start from this beautiful shimmer from Pat McGrath, and what do we call it? 10 Moonlight Seduction. So grabbing this beautiful shade on a flat, fluffy brush, and gonna apply it in the center, right here. Of course, I will return back to it when I'm done with all my blendings and so on, and gonna apply a little bit more. Now, switching a brush, and gonna add this beautiful shade as a transition shade between my beautiful topper and matte eyeshadow. So I'm kind of adding the shade in between right here. And closer to the inner corner, I will add this beautiful satin shade from Charlotte Tilbury, grabbing it on a small brush and applying it closer to the inner corner right here. Back to the darkest burgundy shade, grabbing it on a slightly fluffy brush, and I should blend the edge right here. So applying the shade slightly over my shimmers and kind of blending everything together. Now we are gonna use transition shades, but before I'm grabbing a little bit of setting powder and I'm applying it in the places where I'm gonna blend everything into skin, because right here I still may have some foundations, concealers, and so on, and they might be slightly wet. For avoiding some issues, I'm applying a little bit of a powder. Now I'm gonna use fluffy brush and this beautiful shade from Colourpop Mandalorian, and it's gonna be our main transition shade. Not really transition, I'm gonna use the shade closer to the inner corner and kind of gonna use it for blending everything into skin. And of course, I will have to use a transition shade right here, and I will definitely do it. But for now, working with this beautiful, slightly olive yellow shade and blending everything into skin. Applying a little bit more, and of course, applying near the outer corner and blending. And as a transition shade, I'm gonna use slightly orange shade from this beautiful palette from Revolution. I'm gonna grab this one. It's orange. It's really orange with a bit of red, so it should work nicely. Taking off extra and starting to blend everything together. So I'm starting from the darkest shade and kind of moving it slightly out and blending it with this transition shade. And as well adding this beautiful shade into crease and blending everything together. And of course, we shouldn't have any harsh lines here. So I should move and I should mix all the shades together. So moving, blending. And of course, it's gonna take a bit of time. Let's move to the lower lid, and I'm gonna use this beautiful slightly bordo shade on the lower lid as a transition shade. So grabbing it on a small brush and adding it right here and blending slightly. In the inner corner, I'm gonna add the same shade I used closer to the inner corner on the upper lid. So from Charlotte. Applying it right here. And definitely we should have something as a transition shade. Let's probably have the same shade I used on the upper lid. This one from Pat McGrath. So grabbing it on a small brush and applying it right here. Very nice. I haven't filmed how I applied black eyeliner in the waterline. So I applied this beautiful black eyeliner from Kiko Milano in the waterline. Then I blended the edges slightly right here. And then I applied this the same liner near the lash line. And now we are gonna draw a wing. I'm gonna use this beautiful gel liner from Inklight in shade 77. And of course, for doing this, I'm gonna use brushes. Grabbing a little bit of this product on my hand and closing the pot, because otherwise this product can easily dry out. So, and actually it's already a little bit dry, so I'm gonna use Duraline from Inklight for making sure that I can use this product actually. So grabbing a little bit on my brush, grabbing a little bit of this product. So I'm kind of mixing these two products together and grabbing a little bit of Duraline because it's an oily texture, and if you use a lot, you might be in troubles actually. So grabbing, mixing, and drawing, of course. And I'm gonna draw kind of long wing actually. Starting from the lash line, I do prefer to start from the lash line, and as well I'm drawing a base of my future wing. Step by step, no rush please. Dragging this product slightly out. So currently I'm relying fully on my line here. So that's why it's easier to draw everything in advance. Grabbing a little bit more. Time to connect. So connecting right here and connecting the base. Probably it will look like this. And of course, time to fill in. Cleaning all edges. Again, dragging this product slightly out for making sure that I have an extremely thin line right here. And if required, I can easily apply more. And I definitely should do it. Applying the liner near the inner corner. And most likely I'm gonna draw an inner wing, or I want. Not sure. Let's probably draw an inner line as well. Grabbing a small brush. Again, grabbing the same liner. And I'm gonna connect the upper line. So I'm kind of making it longer and connecting with the lower. And of course it's required having false lashes here, and I will add them in the background. Actually, we have kind of 2016 color story, but in a slightly different technique. And I'm not sure about the lips I'm gonna wear today. We'll see. Maybe I will do bright lips as well. Maybe I will do something nude, not sure. So we'll finish my look and we'll show you closely. I hope you like this final look, and of course I'm gonna tell you what I'm wearing currently on lips. Lipstick from Makeup Forever in shade 608, and these two beautiful lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. Jeffree Star in shade Unicorn Blood, and in the middle I've applied a lipstick from Maybelline in shade 460. And I think that this lip combo looks great with this eye look. But of course, if you wanna, and if you do prefer something more neutral, no questions, no problems. Neutral lipsticks would work nicely and would look nicely as well with this eye makeup look. Of course, if you don't like such bright shades, back to eyes, you can easily try to use some others, not that bright shade, not that deep shades. I wanted to show you a technique and I wanted to show you a combination. And of course, you can use different products, different shades. It's up to you to decide. And if you have hooded eyes, deep eyes, I suggest using liquid lipsticks or liquid eyeshadows instead of your basic eyeshadow primers, because I know that in some cases eyeshadow primers just simply don't work. And if you want to be sure that everything stays in place 14-15 hours, use liquid products. And it's quite crucial that your basic products, liquid eyeshadows, eyeliners, can fully dry down. If you think and if you see that it still within, let's say, 5 minutes can move your particular product, don't use it as a primer, because otherwise your final look may crease at the end of the day, or even within, let's say, 4 or 5 hours. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any preferences, or if you want to see something specific or some specific shades as a part of such tutorials, just let me know. And please don't forget to leave a comment, because it helps the channel to grow. You can, if you don't know what to write, just simply leave several emojis and it would help a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if yes, don't forget to put a thumbs up and of course consider subscribing. I wish you a pleasant day and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Ciao, ciao!